Hey, how's it going, guys? Today we have another Heroics video for you. This time we are in the Vault of Wardens. I haven't had a video out in a while because I've been feeling like utter shit. So this is just going to be like just boss fights only. I'm not going to really show where to go, though it isn't needed. And if this place looks familiar, it's because it's where you quested during your Demon Hunter. Alright, so we're at our first boss, Tirothin Sotheril. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. He begins the fight in his Blood Elf form, but uses Metamorphosis halfway through the encounter. He changes to one of two demonic forms at this time and uses new and altered abilities. The form that he chooses changes from week to week, which I think is pretty cool. So to start off, he's going to use something called Furious Blast, which you cannot interrupt it as long as he has Dark Energies active. But as you can see, we just did it because he didn't have it. It's like those two swords in like purple on him. It's a buff. And then if he uses Metamorphosis into Vengeance, he will cast Fell Mortar instead of Furious Blast, which will greatly increase the number of Furious Flame Zones in the area. Also, if he uses his Havoc, then you need to watch out and use damage reduction abilities because it is going to hit heavy, which I think this is his Havoc, and as you can see, he hit pretty heavy. And healers, again, you really need to watch out for some high damaging spells. Alright, so we are on to Inquisitor Torment Tourim. He siphons the energies of players and opens prisons at random. These prisons release additional enemies that players must deal with or risk getting overwhelmed. So he's going to do a couple spells. He just did one called Sap Soul. You need to interrupt it, no matter what. He will, like it said, teleport to random areas and release prisoners. He's immune to damage while he's releasing prisoners, so don't try to focus on him. There he goes, he just teleported now, and I accidentally opened that up. Now, you need to get these ads done quick, because as it said, you can get overwhelmed. If it like releases dogs, they can stun you for like 6 seconds, I think it is. It's ridiculous. Even if you use some kind of skill that stops it, it's a cast, so you'll just get re-stunned. Now, there's going to be those eyeballs. And they're going to keep trying to stun you. As you can see, that like little purple thing, that's trying to stun. You can kill him, and the Demon Hunter tried for a little bit, but then he just ended up stopping, and we really didn't have a problem with it. I only got stunned once, which I don't think I should have. Basically, all you have to do is, you see me right now, I face it. When the debuff goes off, you don't have to face it anymore, and you're good. There was a point when I was facing it, and the debuff like went off of me, and I turned around, and I still got stunned. So maybe for an extra second, look at it and then turn around and you should be good. But the more eyeballs you get, the more stuns there are going to be. So you really got to watch out for that. So maybe try to take them out. We didn't feel like it was that necessary at all. So, just worry about that. For tanks at 70% and 40% health, that's when he goes to do the prisons. So you can kind of expect when he's going to go release people so you can start like moving away from where you were at to try to meet him there. As you can see, that's when it happened. I don't think I should have got stunned, but maybe I just seen that wrong. And then, healers, there's going to be a bunch of ads. As you can see, we had some trouble. Here's a stun. I trinketed kind of out of it, and I still got stunned again because it's a channel. But after all that, you guys should be able to kill him. Alright, so this one isn't in your dungeon journal because it's a quest, and I think it's a Demon Hunter quest only. Maybe not. The Demon Hunter needed it, so, we obliged and we went in here. She has very few spells. The first one, she throws that green stuff on the ground. It bounces off the walls. Just move. If it does hit you, it'll erupt and leave behind an AoE for like 2 seconds. Her other spell is that cone of green. Just, tank, I think it just targets on you, so once it hits, move out of the way, not a big problem. I don't think there was ever more than one on the ground. There might have been like 2. And then the final one she does is this drain. I tried interrupting it, didn't work, but it did get interrupted multiple times, and it was from the Demon Hunter. So either it's a stun, and this is a stunnable because it's technically not a boss, I guess. So maybe she is stunnable. I never actually tried. I didn't think it was worth it, but maybe it is. So, if there's somebody in the group that has it, go ahead and do it. It's really easy. Unfortunately, after we kill her, The Demon Hunter decides to leave the group, and we finish the rest of the dungeon with just 4 people, so the next bosses aren't too hard, except for the final boss, which I will explain when we get there. Alright, we are to Ash Golem. If you remember, this is one of the guys that you had to kind of fight during the Demon Hunter questline. So he gradually fills the play space with more and more lava until he is frozen by the room's countermeasures. Once frozen, Ash Golem becomes brittle and takes additional damage until he reheats again and begins to fill the room with more fire. Alright, so damage dealers. Ash Golem and his embers will take more damage when they are brittle, which is what I said before by the countermeasures. Volcano and Lava Wreath target players at range, so if you're a caster or a healer, watch out for that. And players can absorb lava by moving through it. I think we may have absorbed it once or twice on accident. The Demon Hunter did, I think, and she just got a debuff. Tanks, the boss will aim his fissures at you, so, don't be standing right in front of all the TPS. There's the lava on the ground. I should say that the embers, real quick, which are ads that you will see pop up, they attack at random, so tanks, don't worry about trying to aggro them, it's not going to work. So we never had the countermeasures go up, so we never was able to do additional damage to him, and we still did it first try with just 4 people. We did try to kill the embers. We were running around, we were killing them. Eventually the tank started kiting the boss to the ads, which is very helpful. Tanks, please do that, just because if you have a full melee group, it'll be a lot easier, because then we can just cleave down the embers while still attacking the boss. It's a lot better. But like I said, we never got the countermeasures to go up. I don't know why. We didn't absorb any but 1. So maybe we just killed them too fast or something? I'm not really sure. Maybe we had to click on stuff. Like in the Demon Hunter questline. That could be it. I'm not sure how to get the countermeasures up. But I'm not going to run the dungeon again to try to get them up to show you guys. Because if 4 people can do it without the countermeasures and without really killing all the ads, you should be pretty fine. I don't think any of our item level was even too high anyways. Mine's like only 836, I think. But if you don't kill the ads, they will detonate, which does like AoE damage. So, we had a little trouble with the ending, but we got it done. No problem. So, can't ask for anything better than that. Alright, Glazer alternates between 2 phases. In the first, he follows players around, creating zones of energy meant to foil players' positionings. In the second phase, he teleports to the center of the room, channeling a beam of intense energy until players use nearby lenses to redirect the beam to strike his vulnerable rear. So for damage dealers, pulses will bounce off of nearby walls and just hurl back at you. As you can see, they're not hard to dodge at all. And it did seem like after it got to the boss, as you've seen, it exploded. So I don't know if it does damage to him or if it does damage to everybody else. So, you'll have to find that out. Here's the second phase. Now, I was going to go do these, but they got to him. And so I kind of wasn't that helpful in this fight, unfortunately. But just turn the things, and as you can see, they'll bounce off of each other, hit him, and then you can attack him again. Now, he only did it once during this whole fight. So I don't know if he does it again if you can't kill him fast enough. But like the last boss, we have 4 people, and we had no problem. So you should have no problem either. For healers, the party will take damage from radiation as long as Glazer is focusing his beam. So try to get the lenses adjusted quickly. The lenses is like the only hard part, honestly. Except for maybe if you're a caster, then all this moving might be kind of a big deal, but not too much. So hopefully you guys can get it done. He's a pretty interesting boss though. I kind of like the mechanics of the lenses. Alright, so we're at the final boss, Cordana Fellsong. Using Elun's Light to properly counter Cordana's abilities is key to successfully defeating her. You're going to have to do a couple things. 1, reveal enemies by the Elun's Light, and they'll take 10% more damage. Deepening Shadows continues to spread across the platform unless destroyed by Elun's Light. Creeping Doom's spirits are invisible unless revealed by Elun's Light. And Avatars of Vengeance must be revealed by Elun's Light, turning them into dangerous melee attackers. Now watch out, healers, because the Vengeance ads will target members at random and do pretty heavy damaging abilities. But tanks quickly gain the threat of the vengeance to, bring all that DPS to you. Also, she will do those like little whirlwind things of her glaives, so watch out for those. Should be pretty easy to dodge. Now, we did this fight really good until the very ending. We did end up wiping, and then it bugged out, so we couldn't redo it. But I'm going to show it anyways, because doing this point, there's the stuff you have to get rid of on the platform, is all of her mechanics, so we didn't miss any, even though we wiped. She'll keep doing her mechanics, and you'll just have to counter them. That orb that you've seen briefly is Elun's Light. I don't really understand this fight. As I said, I was kind of out of it. I wasn't feeling too great. So I'm really confused by this part. But I think it only lasts a certain amount of time on you, the Elun's Light, and then it like goes to the floor. I think like the Demon Hunter had the orb at one time. There it is right there. So you can get rid of it. But unfortunately, the healer died, the Demon Hunter died, and it was too late. So you really need communication on this one. You want one person handling the orb. Make sure they know what they're doing. If you have that, you should have no problem killing her. As you can see, just 4 people in that kind of clusterfuck of the orb thing, and we still got her down to a quarter health. But unfortunately, she went immune. We didn't have enough people or enough time to really show the ads or anything. So there's one of them right there. So we ended up wiping. But like I said, there's no other abilities other than the ones we showed you. So that's why I'm just going to cut it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I'll get better soon. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.